And live.
We are live. We haven't done a potty in a long time. Was season 3 now, I reckon?
Season 3 or 4?
It's the Melting Pedo show. We call it the EMP show still.
No, I think it's still called the EMP show. Alright, hello Facebook world, we're back.
We're on Facebook.
We are. We promise we're going to be a bit more consistent from now on.
Yeah.
We are back. EMP show.
Yes.
Welcome. If you haven't seen us before, my name's Luke.
My name's Tom. And
Yes.
footy, fitness, and whatever we feel like it, I think.
Yeah.
So,
From now on, moving forward.
I don't know we're going to call this the rugby league dribble. I think Joe Janusa liked the segment, the rugby league dribble. I think that's quite good.
Segment.
Well, I don't know, we should have multiple segments in the show, multiple shows for fitness. I think fitness is kind of boring sometimes, but...
Especially when you're in it every day. It can be a little bit tedious, but we'll definitely be on a little bit of fitness chat.
Definitely.
Being a gym, I guess that's
Might as well.
only natural.
Probably smart.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome guys. What's on the show today? Big dog.
Okay, we have got, what's happening with EMP at the moment. The latest blog post, then we'll get into the footy chat.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll talk about Benji coaching, come back to the Tigers in 2025, was it? The Broncos are a real deal. And of course, we'll talk about Frederick Fittler.
The new dogs coach.
Yeah, new dogs. Fuck, mate. Never happening. Talk about where he's gone wrong in the Origin series.
Sure, we can delve into that.
And we'll
sure, you have plenty to say.
We'll get nice and deep with that. So, firstly, what's happening with EMP, Press?
What's happening with EMP? Lots been happening with EMP, hasn't it? Since our last episode, whenever that was, probably at the start of the year. I don't even know when we did the last episode for the podcast.
A while ago, probably 4 years ago.
Lots happening. So we had our 2-year birthday celebration last month. Yep, which was cool. 2 years. I don't know where 2 years has gone.
Yeah, it's gone very fast.
Alone. But yeah, 2 years down the track, which is very exciting for us all. So we had a good team workout here on the Saturday. And then we had a EMP race day in which Big Melfi was best on ground by far. But that was a lot of fun. That was really good to actually just get everyone out and see people out of active wear. Suited up,
100%
ties,
it's
very sharp.
It was a good day.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, it's
apologies to Randwick Racecourse.
They couldn't kick me out. They tried. They tried to kick me out a few times, but
no, really good fun.
It's good fun. It's kind of important that you break away from that with having the gym environment. Obviously, we're always here, acting semi-professional, training hard, and it's just good to get the obviously the environment and have a bit of fun. A few drinks, misbehave,
let loose a little,
regret it a bit, and then come back to Monday with anxiety.
Hating the rest of the week. So that was very exciting. So that was last month. This month we've got a training challenge going on for the team.
Yep.
Which has been cool. One of our members, Chrissy, is the EMP police for the month. Tallying up all our members' sessions.
ESC is it? The
ESC something committee.
What is it? Exercise selection
committee or something like that. So that's actually been really cool. Lots of banter, which we're loving. It's going to cost us a fortune, but hey, it's worth it. If we get members that turn up, it's worth it.
It's good. It's good
so
fun.
yeah, been really good fun.
Been really good.
So yeah, been happening. Moving into August next month.
Next month. Then we'll also go obviously we've got our first team event that we're competing in Newcastle on September 4th, was it?
Sometime September.
So I've just started my
prep now. He's
cancelled.
It got cancelled today.
Beautiful. There you go.
What?
You've heard it here. Breaking news. That's actually good because I have the award ceremony the night before, and you've got a wedding.
Cancelled? Are you kidding? Come here, Chrissy. Come here. So I can start.
All right. So where do we go?
Fucking kidding.
Apologies for the inconvenience, but unfortunately, I've had to cancel our upcoming competition. Beautiful. No reason why, but it's cancelled. Do you know what?
Find something else.
I'm actually really happy with that.
Why?
Because you have a wedding, so you're not going to be in full prep. I have the award ceremony.
I wasn't drinking.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll find another one.
Oh, this is live. This is happening on live TV.
We'll find another one.
That's a chair.
Yeah, it is, but we'll find another one. Plenty more to come.
Pricks.
Plenty more to come.
You know, well, they knew we were entering. It was $1.10. They knew what was coming. $1.10 coming in. That $1.10 coming in, and we were like, you know what? Mel can't snatch, but Luke and Chrissy can. And the one arm
I can't
deadlift.
squat and deadlift.
Yeah.
Well, you can,
But Mel can pick up 300 kilos.
Yeah,
so.
No.
that's a G up.
Oh
I
well.
got 16 sessions. Where's my jump?
Oh well.
Not getting that.
All
All right, back to the show.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through the latest blog post press. So which one was that? What was that? Latest blog post?
Are you pursuing your potential?
Are you pursuing your potential?
Reps and repetitions.
Repetitions.
Consistency on the simple things.
Yeah. It's so interesting, like, I find potential being kind of serious. I think it's an awesome kind of subject, but it's really depends how far you want to delve down to it. Because, like, everyone's got a ceiling, okay? And everyone's got quite a high ceiling in what they can achieve in, health and fitness, academics, or what they want to do. But it also comes down to if they want to do that thing. Genetic potential and like all that kind of shit, just comes down to what people actually want to do, what kind of work they want to do. Some people, like I might have a high ceiling to be a powerlifter, for example, but I don't fucking like powerlifting. So I'm not pursuing that potential of that. Is that a bad thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it comes down to those kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the blog post was more about just ticking off the simple thing on a day-to-day basis. So, 100%. Everyone has different goalposts. Some people's potential will be standing on a podium in this comp, or they might be literally just coming in 4 days a week, and they know they're pursuing their potential by training 4 times a week.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's an array when our motto in terms of that is such a big circle, but breaking it down is more about just doing these things day in, day out.
It's a funny thing. We always say compounding discipline, compounding efforts, and obviously it's imposter syndrome. When you first start something, you should be shit. You hear that all the time. You should be shit at something because you're just starting it. But it's like if you had a huge hill, massive hills, a kilometre long steep, similar to the one in Colorado. Yeah, the first time you walk up the hill, you'll be a bit slower. Okay, if you do that every single day, and that's your own goal, do it every single day, the byproduct of that will be you will get faster no matter what. And I think the biggest thing is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So it's just starting. That's the biggest thing. So just start, and once you start, just be consistent and don't focus on what the best job you could do. Just focus on what you can do consistently, but that's one session a week or 2 sessions a week. Do that for fucking 5 years. Do it for a year. Start with a year, yeah? Do 2 sessions every single week for a year, and that will yield the best results. Because once you start doing 2 sessions a week and you're consistent with that, you don't get overloaded. The same thing with dieting. People will get super restrictive. I understand that. Some people's personalities need to be super restrictive or a balance. That's where like counting your macros is awesome because you can have the best of both worlds. Hit your macros, have the bad foods. Now, different personality types that works with. For me personally, I can't have balance. I find better when I'm 100%, training hard. If I'm not training 100% hard or not dieting or eating well, I fall off the bandwagon. I just have some ice cream, eat the whole tub, and then I'm training, with no method. I'm just coming to the gym. I'm just training. I'm just going through the motions, and I hate that because training is so important to me. Is that when I don't follow a structured program, I just feel like I get nothing out of it. But that's also how I am, and that's where I think when you're starting anything in life, personal training, business, it's probably have a clear plan. It's like having where you want to get to and reverse engineering what you need to do to get there, and then again, once you reverse engineer, go what I need to do monthly, weekly, daily, and then just having a set structure of that. And that's something Luke's really good at. Like I'll put my hand up. Luke is so good with the structure of things, and sometimes I get lost with the bigger picture things, and my structure is nowhere near where it should be. But that's strengths and weaknesses, and so one thing I'll definitely say pursuing potential is get a coach, get a mentor, get someone just to help you, or just get someone like an accountability buddy. Just to hold you pretty much accountable to what you're going to do. That helps heaps.
That's huge, and that was one of the things I put in the blog was environment and culture.
Yeah.
You have surround yourself with those people who they want to pursue their potential.
Yeah.
Right. But they also want to help you to see you also pursue yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's huge. That's a major thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it kind of it's not the easiest. Sometimes I'll be honest here, sometimes, being in the gym all the time, and whoever says that they can, work in the fitness industry and be in a gym 24/7 and fucking love it, I think,
it's a lot.
And they might be their outliers, but it's a lot sometimes. So, I know for ourselves, the best sessions we have sometimes is that, when you've got people around you pushing you, because it's not a solo thing. Like, we need connection, obviously, and we need people, on the same path as us. And even yesterday, like last night, I was like, finished early, 20-minute hit out, and I was like, I fed off the energy of, Stewie did a thing 170, Gina was there egging me on, I fed off that energy. Like, it's just a bit of a, just a lot more positive, rather than do things by yourself. So, yeah, like Luke said, I definitely would say find someone that's, on the same path, or you can have an accountability buddy, or train with someone, or just, definitely environment is the biggest thing. But you got to have people around you that want the best for you.
It's huge.
And sometimes it's not the best thing for them, but, wanting it unselfishly. So, a lot that goes into your potential. Genetics is huge. Everything. I think genetics do play a part, but so many people don't even get to the part where genetics count because they're not willing to do the work that's before. Genetics is like the last 10%. There's so much fucking work you can do the first 90%, that genetics don't play a part. Even if you get to the 90% threshold of what you could achieve, you'd be so You'd be so happy. You'd be so happy. And I think we don't, as businesses and as a business with EMP, potentials and promise is pursued, and that's what, in the long term, that's what we want the gym to be, is a place where doesn't matter where you're someone like Maya that's just turned 18, trying to go to the Australian Open, Jackie, kids showing up every morning 6 a.m. Got people like Chrissy as an elite level athlete, top 37-year-old in Australia. Top 37-year-old in Australia, under 37? Over 37. Over 37, under 38. 35, sorry. Doesn't matter where you're at in the gym. It's really about, just coming in, doing the best you can do, putting it all out on the line, and see what happens from there.
100%. So check out that latest blog post.
Check it out. Big press. All right, now we are getting into the fun stuff. Now,
we've got 15 minutes.
The thing with this podcast now we're going to try and take is, obviously, biggest things like being authentic and providing as much value as you can, but also it's really in line with us. And sometimes I think with the podcast I've tried in the past is like not often being super serious with it, but just not doing things that me and Luke are seriously passionate about. Me and Luke are really passionate about training. We love training. We love helping people. We love conversations on the gym floor. So from now on, the podcast, we love footy as well. Love footy. Luke was a
love it. We love it.
Gun. So passionate about football. So the podcast moving forward is a real reflection of who we are as people, the conversation about the gym floor, and providing value and inspiration or motivation, whatever you want to call it, to people out there. So it's going to be a bit of business, a bit of lifestyle, and obviously interviews. Really want to get some people, local businesses, local people on the podcast, and if we have the ability to talk about their health and fitness journey, we definitely will, because that conversation and connection, we really want to get people interviewed that just even if you have you bring something from the conversation, just one positive thing, one thing like Luke always says, one thing helps some person, or you know, people are sitting on the fence with the gym or come in the gym, they can see, you know, me and Luke and go, look, that's somewhere I want to train. I connect with the boys. They can help me because I really feel that, you know, EMP is an amazing place to help people just get better and not be perfect, just get better and provide an environment that allows you to do that. That's something I'll back me and Luke on. We've got an environment that will allow you just be yourself, come in, doesn't matter where you're at, it's just where you'll be in a couple of years' time as being consistent.
100%. So, yeah, with that, footy chat begin. Alright, so first topic, we are going to talk about the boys out west with the new appointment of Benji Marshall signing on to be the head coach in 2025 with the Tigers. Like or dislike Big Dog?
So funny, like even with this thing, even like today I was talking about footy, like I'll say some things sometimes about footy players, and I'm like, and it sounds kind of personal, but it's not. It's like I'm talking, and I've got to be careful with that too because I don't want to offend anyone. Because but I'm talking about it as footballers, not as like human beings. So I'm highly passionate about footy, like, you know, love it, and I'll give my honest opinion. That's where I think sometimes they're like all these footy companies that they're too positive. Like NL 360 can be too negative, but all these other people like the roast and all that, like a lot, like they're just too positive. And they don't actually say what they're actually thinking. Benji coaching the Tigers, gun, like could easily be up for like, you know, if he was an immortal, you wouldn't say he shouldn't be an immortal, and he thinks he is because he's done so much for the game and shaping it. But to go from Cameron Serraldo, and then like, it's like they're sitting at a pub, there's 4 guys, and they're like, you know what would be a really good offer? Imagine Benji coaching, and they look at each other and go, Benji coaching would be amazing because, you know, Benji's a Tigers. But how you come from that decision to coaching Benji, and, you know, I think it's a bit of disrespect to coaches out there that hasn't done an apprenticeship. Yeah, he's played 300 games, but listening to him on NL 360, he's got such an idealistic approach to what he thinks was going to happen with a footy club. It's all about money. The Tigers actually go pretty decent off the field with sponsorships. They're happy, corporates, winning a comp. Yeah, fair enough. Like winning a comp's good. Like if you're is nice, but most of these guys want to make money. If you ask them, would they care if they want a comp or be profit every year? They would rather be profit every year. I can almost guarantee that. Like, you know, that's the thing of it. Tim Sheens is good, but will be awesome. I actually don't like it. I'm gonna say I dislike Benji. I like Benji, but I don't think he's gonna save the Tigers. Like, they're trying to bring Sharon Woods back to the Tigers. Like how's he gonna help your club? You go sign. You should go sign Mitchell Moses too, because he's done heaps of para.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah, like. Alright, sorry.
So you dislike?
I dislike.
Alright. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
You like it?
I'm not. Okay.
So you had cast on the fence?
I can't sit on the fence.
As Joe would say, yes, splinters in your ass?
I like it.
Like it?
Purely because they've given it a 5-year time frame. So I don't think there's going to be much pressure. So I like it, but I don't think 2 years is long enough as an assistant.
Yeah.
Right? I think Benji's actually a really smart man, and I actually think he'd make a good head coach. My only concern is the time frame of the 2 years being assistant, whether that's a long enough period, and then is Benji going to be able to make the hard decisions when needed? Is he going to be too much of a Trent Barrett, a Nathan Brown, too much of a mate's player? A mate's mate with the players? Or is he going to be more your harder style, like your Craig Bellamy, Trent Robinson? Yeah. Be able to manage players quite well and make those tough decisions, like Trent Robinson, all right? Love Mitchell Pearce, all right? But he ended up getting rid of Mitchell Pearce and brought in Cooper Cronk to win him a premiership. Because you could see he wasn't going to win a premiership with Mitchell Pearce. Yeah. He had to make that hard decision. Is Benji the man to make those hard decisions? That's my only concern with that.
I think Benji will make hard decisions, but I actually think, on 360, sounds like mad. I don't rate him on the panel. Like, when you talk about footy, like I don't rate his. I think that if he gets, I think he's gonna get asked questions and he like just completely shuts off a bit. Like I actually think a player who'd make a great coach is Michael Ennis. I rate Michael Ennis when he talks about footy.
Smart.
He's a smart. He gets the behind the scenes. I know Benji's been Celebrity Apprentice. He's won it apparently. So he's like, no.
Yeah.
Well,
I think he's a smart man.
I think he's obviously a smart guy and he's a great footballer. I actually don't know. I definitely don't like it. I think he doesn't understand how shit that club is. Like that club's in fucking turmoil.
Alright.
I know.
Well,
Good luck, Benji.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Alright. Moving on. After last night's big win, are the Broncos the real deal this year?
The Bronx the real deal.
Me personally, I don't think they're going to win the comp this year.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the way they're going within the next 2 years.
They've really surprised me. Obviously, I think they have. Well, I think they're the real deal. It's hard to say now in the competition. You can't say they're a good side. They're actually a very, very good football side. I don't think they've like anywhere near Penrith. I actually think North Queensland will beat them in the finals. I think they. I don't see as hard. I see a really flamboyant side, even though Payne Haas and Carragher. I don't see it's really tough. This tough, grinding side. I think they make a lot of errors. They defended well yesterday. I think if they came to a pack, they gave it to them. I actually don't. I think only Payne Haas is the one. I know Carragher's a great player. I don't see Jordan Ricky being able to stand up in a big game. I think Ezra Mann will get found out as well a little bit. He can defend pretty well. But they've got a great back line.
They're all still quite young.
I think a couple of years will be fucking
definitely
freakish.
think in a couple of years the premiership is.
And credit goes to Ben Walters.
Kevy Walters.
Kevy Walters. Me and Frank, had a massive thing last year. Like he can't fucking coach, and seriously, he looked like he couldn't coach. But obviously the thing with Seabold. But I will stand by this 100%. I said the biggest signing in 10 years for that club is Ben Eichen. Ben Eichen has come the back end and saved that.
Done wonders. He's done wonders.
And talking about future Canterbury Bulldogs starting.
Where you going?
Jake Preston. Jake Preston. Here he is. Signed by Canterbury. He's going to be starting lock next year or what?
I'll see what happens.
How good's that? Fucking hell.
That was a bit of an intermission.
Yeah, that's right. I'm back.
Yeah, Ben Eichen's done he's done really well up there in terms of the back end of getting the club and moving in the right direction. And you just see that by signing Adam Reynolds. What he's done to that team is massive. So
yeah, it's
I don't think they're a real deal this year, but I definitely think within the next couple of years they
it'll
are.
be good. Yeah, I think the real deal. I don't think they're going to win the comp this year.
Yeah,
the real deal. I don't think they'll win the comp this year. How about that? We'll make that one.
Yeah. All right. Origin wrap up.
Thank you. You know I like this.
Freddy Fittler, Melos.
I actually don't think he's.
Where do you think they went wrong?
Well, if you look at the two series I've lost, they haven't had Tom Dvojevic in it. And I think Tommy Latrell just showed how
important they are.
How important they are to the team and the decisions he made this year. Really wrong coach decisions, like leaving Jake out, obviously a bad one. In hindsight, he plays a different role in Manly. That's why he doesn't run the ball. But then, why would you pick Campbell Gillard? They're not picking him again. And then also the biggest one was Talakai. Warden is such an origin footballer. He was the best player in that game, the first game, the best player by far. You can put him a prop, he'll play, do his role.
Second game?
Yeah.
Second game?
So, no, the first game he played best player in the field.
I think he played second game.
Wyden. Wyden played the first game, was the best player in the field.
Yep.
He's an origin footballer. He's probably the most origin footballer we've got in New South Wales beside, Radley. They can't get a run. And that was a huge one. I can actually live with not being able to a car because Tupou's a great footballer. He had a shocking third game. He's a gun footballer. And Adokar doesn't have the punch necessarily. It's more morale and the speed. But besides that, I think he's made a few wrong decisions. I think it's probably obviously him and Brandy made not the best decisions, and I'm still like, it sounds really like bad, but I still don't think Nathan Cleary's a gun footy player. He's a freak, but I don't think he's anywhere near what people think he is, because you got to look in big games. It's hard for him to do as much off the back of having no possession or going forward. But the thing is, DCE and Ben Hunt changed that game, like with a kick or a decision they made.
Clutch moments.
DCE, yeah, he just does like the 40-20. I just don't think Cleary has proven that just yet.
I think it's obviously still young. It's still a learning experience for him. Like, I think you look at what that changed that game is DCE kicking on tackle 2, right?
Yeah.
And then from that, we make a mistake, game change, right from there. So having the experience and the confidence to back yourself to be doing plays like that is the difference between DCE and Cleary at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Cleary is our best option. I don't.
Oh yeah, definitely,
100%.
No way.
For Cleary, so I think it's a matter of Cleary just moulding into that player over time. I was actually quite surprised he's already played 12 Orangey games. I didn't realise that. But I think that's just the difference. You know, Ben Hunt,
definitely
that next level, he just lifts.
Yeah, he's definitely the best choice.
Player.
I actually just 100% rate the selections. Like Stephen Crichton isn't up to Origin. Katoni Staggs picked him for one game. Like, why? If you look at Katoni's work rate outside of in the Broncos, he doesn't take meters. He doesn't take the runs. He's a Ferrari. Like, you know what I mean? He's a great player, but like, he doesn't take tough scoots. I don't know. So, I actually think Fittler should be.
Well, he'll be there next year by the sounds of it. So,
yeah. As long as he's not coaching dogs, I'm happy.
I know you are.
What do you reckon?
I know you
Where
are.
are you, Jake? You coaching dogs?
No comment.
You got Serraldo company, likes you apparently. Cameron? Big Freddy.
Anyway, we leave on. Another year, another Origin series done and dusted.
Alright.
That
That was a good show. 27 minutes of pure
23.
27 was it? 27?
I said bring on 2023.
Oh, 23 as well.
Origin.
Yeah, dogs win the comp next year.
Alright, quickly wrap up this year's round and then we're out of here.
Okay.
What do you got tonight? Manly?
Oh,
and-
definitely Manly.
Alright.
Definitely Manly.
Oh, I'm taking St George.
Are ya?
Yep. Take St George
Serious?
with the start. No Croker, no Trebojevic.
It's true. Troy, he makes 50 tackles a game.
Both of them are very defensive orientated players. Get on the Dragons. They're specials.
They're already my multi. I've already put them on multi. The dog barely
Who
my
else is
multi.
playing tonight? Knights, Roosters. Roosters
Roosters
play
easy.
20.
Got Canberra 8, Canberra Warriors.
Canberra
Warriors.
20.
Canberra, oh yeah, Canberra, yeah. Panthers, Sharks. Honestly, don't think it hard.
Honestly,
Panthers.
take the start.
Panthers by
Take
fucking.
the start for
Panthers
Sharks.
11 to 20 points.
Alright, so take the 12.5.
Storm Rabbitohs.
I back the Storm. I just can't see the Storm, and I know we said this every week, but they have to bounce back eventually.
We won't even ask that Titans versus Dogs. You know that result?
I think Avarillo is a big loss.
I
never
thought
rated
I'd say
Avarillo.
that.
He's
He's gunner fullback.
But he's actually playing
He's
good
a gunner
football
fullback.
at fullback.
He's a fullback. We've always said that he can't. He's a
So
runner.
I actually think that's a danger game.
Yeah.
I've backed the Dogs, but I think that's a danger
I'll tell
game.
you who's playing fullback this week. Credence Toya, and their guy can play.
Yeah, you told me he goes alright.
He can play. Credence Toya can play.
And then last game, Cowboys by 30.
Cowboys by 30 or 40.
Alright.
Thanks, team.
Thanks, guys. Over and out. See you next episode.
Am I Joe Rogan yet?
No.
That's good.
Spanking.
Spanking. Yes. How is spanking?
I love him.
You'd think you'd actually just turn it off,
You'd
right?
think so.